Candy, of course, a big part of Halloween. What do you do for kids, though, who can't have sweets?
WDBJ 7 Morning's Melissa Gayon is live from Carilion Clinic with some healthier alternatives.
Yes, good morning, Kimberly and Seth. Well, right now we are inside the Riverside Cafe here at Carilion Clinic, and I have got nutritionist Martha Ross. Martha, one thing you said is that when it comes to those healthier options, candy is still okay, but it's really all about moderation.
It is about moderation. The main thing is you don't want your kids to eat too much candy. Set a limit on how much candy they get, and then also set a limit on how much they get per week.
Yeah, and one thing Adam's showing you now is the good size versus the bad size when it comes to candy. You know, Martha, I remember being a kid and having that big bag of candy and just keeping it in my room.
Yes, and that's not the best thing. The best thing is to discuss how many candies are you going to limit your child per week and limit that. If they get too much candy, are there options that they can give it away?
And also, you said find some creative ways to give the candy back. You had some really good options for this, Martha.
Well, one is have the little kids get up the day after Halloween and go around to the neighbors that are elderly and give them a piece of candy. They'll enjoy watching the kids in their costume, plus getting the treat, or go to a nursing home and do the same thing.
Yeah, and Martha, another thing that you mentioned was when it comes to giving out maybe fruit, you said that this isn't always the best option.
Even though fruit is healthy, there's a couple of concerns with fruit. One, it's not wrapped, it's not in a closed container, so it could be tampered with. The cost is also a factor that, unfortunately, an apple probably would cost more than a couple of small candies, so you do need to be careful. If you know you're only going to have about 10 kids come to your house, yeah, you can afford to get a piece of fruit. Those little clementines or the little cuties, everyone loves them.
Ooh, those are my favorite. I actually happen to be a big fan of those. So yes, some great ways that you can actually get some healthier options when it comes to candy on Halloween. Hey, Kim and Seth, when she talked about giving creative ways, coming up with creative ways to give candy back, listen to this idea. She says take half of the candy and freeze it and use it for maybe Thanksgiving or Christmas or even New Year's. So that's actually a really good idea to save on those calories as well.
Yeah, if you can get your kids to part with half their bag of candy,
When their back
put it in
is
the
turned,
freezer.
you
Pry it out of their
Sneak
hand.
it out, yeah.